All right, everybody, we are live again. Dynasty Mirror Search for Who. We are back to back. I have my brother, really my brother from a different mother, but my brother, Fitzgerald Stephens. And tonight's topic, we're prime time tonight, by the way. This is the second time in a row we've gone prime time, Fitzgerald, I think.
Yeah, trying to reach as many people as we can.
Yeah, so the topic is working for corporate America versus network marketing. You know, why would you choose a corporate job over a network marketing job, vice versa? Now, me personally, from the onset, you would choose a corporate job because, and you can't necessarily say guaranteed a salary these days, but you're, we'll say, given a salary until they decide they don't want you anymore. We'll say that. Is that fair to say, Fitzgerald?
Yeah,
They pay you until they decide they don't want you anymore.
hmm that's a good assessment.
Okay. Benefits, same
Yeah.
thing. Depending what field you're in, if you're in sales, you get a nice car package, sometimes a company vehicle,
hmm
or a lot of money towards your vehicle. What else, Fitzgerald? I mean, those are really the big three. That when people talk about getting a job, it's benefits as far as insurance, how much they gonna pay me, and that's really it. And people sometimes will sell their soul.
It can be wrapped up in one word for the most mindset: security.
Security.
Security. That's what draws people. They like to see something that secure. And a lot people like to think that someone that they don't have to really get out there to do the risk of a so-called of an entrepreneur or a business owner, but you are doing the risk when you're doing it for someone else, but far greater than what you're doing for yourself. So you get the somewhat rewards with working a corporate job on the front end, but on the back end, that's where it really starts costing you. Let me explain that. On the back end, you build up all this equity for someone else.
Right.
You build up someone else's brand, and that they in turn own. It's like Dynance. It's like the great stars, the musical stars, and no, they would make the music, and the owners would give them a contract,
Right.
but the money we learned wasn't in the contract. It was ownership of the masters.
Sure. Right.
Okay, and so whoever you didn't really own your music, not unless you own the masters, and the masters, what you can, if someone want to use your context, like in a movie or any type of venue, they had to pay you a royalty based on that because you had ownership of your work.
Right.
Okay, and very few of our great artists from all genres of music had that. Ray Charles was one of the few ones that had it. And
I want to say Michael Jackson got his master.
Michael Jackson had it, as I understand, that's what led to a huge falling out with his relationship with Paul McCartney of the Beatles because
He had the Beatles masters too.
that's my point. That's what led to a huge falling out with him and Paul McCartney because he bought the Beatles masters.
Because you know what's crazy? So Michael Jackson told Paul McCartney that he was going to buy their masters. Paul McCartney laughed him off. Fast forward a couple years later, Paul McCartney got the phone call that Michael Jackson just bought the masters.
Yeah. So it gets down to what we have been saying a couple of times on this stream, how power is in ownership. So switching like what I said, you're going to get it. You'll get the so-called security. You'll get the prestige of working for Fortune 500, Fortune 100 company. Okay, nothing wrong with that. You'll get the benefits that you're paying for anyway. Right. You'll probably get a study check. You're earning, but at the end, and then sometimes if you're fortunate, you're going to get a pension at the end. That pension stuff is disappearing, Diane, because a lot of companies are putting.
Unless you're invested into it, it doesn't exist anymore.
Well, yeah, but they're kind of getting away from that now. They're putting more of the investment on you through the 401ks, which is tied to the stock market. And the stock market, well, that's a roller coaster in itself, man. $1.7 trillion worth of wealth has been wiped out in the last 3 days because of some virus that's in China. Because of the fears of a virus, just a virus. $1.7 trillion. Now, what's the significance of that? Well, a lot of your mutual funds, your 401ks, your Roths, your IRAs, your CDs, and other the instruments of wealth, that's all tied to the stock market. So guess what? If that decides to go down, your wealth is going to go down because it's all tied together. It's a real interesting dynamic that we got on here. So to me, the greater risk is not taking a risk. The greater risk is not building something of my own, as opposed to hoping someone.
For sure, to be specific, not taking a risk on yourself.
Well, yeah, that's the greatest risk. That's the greatest risk. The greatest risk is not taking a. I don't really want to call it a risk on me. I know what I'm going to do. I know I'm going to protect my interests. So I don't really want to call it a risk, but not building equity for you and your family. I know a gentleman. My youngest brother, who you guys have often heard me talk about, admire this young man. Well, I'm 8 years older than him. He's late 40s, so still young to me. But my baby brother, he is a corporate attorney, and makes a staggering income for a very, very large company for the United States as a corporate attorney. And but you know what? He's building his own business. A very, very profitable business. He's in the health and beauty business right now. And, building like boutiques and the dude with the Botox and a whole lot of stuff that him and his partner got going on. And his reason is simple, because, he said, well, hey, I'm on a contract. At any given time, a new board can come in there and I'm gone. Right. And how am I going to replace the salary unless I have something? I'm looking in the future. This is a very, very smart man. Well, he's my brother. I expect him to be. But but nevertheless, you're seeing that's the logic you need. Yeah, work your salary, work your job, but put something together, on the side that's growing simultaneously with your job, so that it even has a chance to even surpass the income that you're achieving on your job, so you can leave something you and your descendants. I mean, it's really very, very simple, and it's so necessary in this day and age that we live in now.
Guys, make sure you hit that like button. So in the chat room is my affiliate link, my Carrot Bars affiliate link. Click on the link, sign up as an affiliate. Link is also on the screen and it's also in the chat room. Sign up as an affiliate. I will personally call you, get your contact Fitzgerald, and we're going to help you start your business. Now, Fitzgerald, I would say the pluses of network marketing. Number one, we speak about this all the time as far as you're no longer exchanging time for money. Can you expand on that?
Yeah, I mean, in the beginning, you do exchange your time. Because you have to build it, think of network marketing. I like to think of it like this analogy. I grew up in a farm, so I'm going to speak in farming concepts. You get out there and you plant the field. You don't get the harvest right away. You got to cultivate, you got to fertilize, you got to get the weeds out. In other words, you got to spend time growing your garden. But after you only buy the seeds one time. Mm-hmm. I'm not talking about this GMO seeds foolishness that they got coming out these days with Monsanto and all the rest of these. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you buy the seeds one time, you plant your crop. Okay, now you get way more of a yield back than what you planted. So you get those crops back. It's able to feed you and continue to feed others. It's going to keep producing seeds. Pretty soon you went from just be to feed you and your family, that you can feed the community and keep expanding because you did the work one time. You just got to cultivate it. So the same thing with referral based marketing. What we do, like what something we start in Carrot Bars. Sure, we get out there and we talk to we have our business and we get out there and engage others and invite them in to come apart to help build their business, not ours, to build their business. And as they in turn do that, we profit by helping someone else profit to do something for their family, and pretty soon it just takes a life on its own. I guess the analogy would be to say is like it's like getting a penny and having that penny double it at the end every day for 30 days. By the end of 30 days, I think, what is it, Diane? Something like $3 million with the penny just doubling. Something like that. So that's what happens. And your efforts just keeps doubling. Your efforts keeps doubling, duplicating. And pretty soon you've created a dynamic global business with a global income. You can never do that with your job. But I tell you who duplicates off the efforts of you at your job, your boss, the stockbrokers, understand, the companies don't work for you. They work for their shareholders. I said this before. They work for their shareholders. They don't work for the employees. They work for the shareholders. And the shareholders are those who have a share, a piece of that business, and they want to profit. They want to profit back. And guess who that human capital is? You. So they take your effort and they take your effort and they use your effort to pay for their lifestyle. That's the cold hard end of it. And once you understand that, it should make you somewhat angry. Like, gosh, I can't keep working for someone else's school or, someone else's dream. I'm paying for their kids to go to private school when I could easily divert some of this to get my children in private schools where I can have something where I can have economic time freedom ourselves. This is what it's doing. And see, the thing about when people decide I'm not going to really do a business and I don't really want to do that networking thing, which is great. When you have low capital, that's the extraordinary thing about network marketing. If you have low capital to start up, this is perfect because it's very, very little capital that you need, and it also comes with a knowledge component. People showing you how to do this for you to be successful. Okay, but the thing with what I want you to understand, you're already doing business anyway.
Right.
It's just, who are you deciding to do it for? You're either doing it for someone else or you choose to do it for yourself. So it's not a matter if it's hard. You're doing it anyway, whether you're aware of it or not. So that's the way I like that. That's the way I like to think about it. And that's the way I choose to take advantage of, to put me and my family in a very, very good financial position. Because I'll be honest with you, I don't want to work for anyone else for the rest of my life. That doesn't appeal to me.
Right.
So in order to do that, not to do that, I got to create my own system that allows me income that comes in where I don't have to be at the mercy of everyone else or someone else. So that's all we're talking about.
I think another piece too, and you really don't realize it immediately. No cap on income.
Well, if you stumble across something like you and I have, because most of our time we have been spent in sales, so we know there's no cap on income. Let me say this. Let me correct it
then. In sales, we can't leverage the efforts of others to increase.
No, you can't. No, you can't. Very good point. Mm-hmm. You have no cap on income, but you can't.
Corporate America.
The efforts of others, not unless you're the owner or you're in one of those positions, like maybe you're a divisional manager, regional manager, or you have a team and you get a percentage of your teams. And but yeah, you're right. You can make the unlimited income, but you can't leverage the efforts of others, which forces you to always keep hustling. Always keep hustling, because in the world of sales, yeah, we get paid a very good salary and stuff like that. But it's like, what are you doing for me today? Yesterday don't count. Every day you start at zero.
Right.
You talk about sometimes can be a demotivating job. You every day you start at zero. In other words, if we don't go out there and find a sale or go out there and get that sales, we don't get paid. I mean, and that can. Sometimes you're just not going to have the energy, just what it takes to necessarily keep going after it. You really won't. But I want you guys to start thinking in terms like this. and really take this so very, very serious. And you got a pen, you might want to write this down. There's 3 income streams you really want to start looking at as immediately. 3 income streams. And when you go after a job, make sure it fits one of these 3 models. A, you're looking for royalties. B, you're looking for residuals. Or C, you're looking for dividends. Royalties, residuals, dividends. Royalties, residual, dividends. Being an author, you get book royalties. Making music or poems, you get royalties when everyone do your stuff. Dividends, that means you can own a share of a stock, and that's dividends get paid out. You get a percentage of that. Or residual income, which is what your primary thing that we're talking about tonight. You creating an income through a network marketing referral based business, like say is like Carrot Bars, which is what we do it through, and you do the work, and then it's gonna pay you out a residual income, week after week, month after month, when you already just with income with labor that you did some time ago. So that my friend Dynasty Amir says mailbox money. You know it is rental properties. That's things along that sign, but it doesn't have nearly the upkeep, because rental property, you got to go collect, and you got to pay for upkeep, and you got to pay taxes. I'm talking about pure money that's coming in with you with just practically zilch upkeep or zero that comes in from many points around the world. From a product that, with gold, what we do, and just that could stagger you from far as what it can achieve. Dynasty, you seeing what gold is doing, man, lately?
Jumping up.
Okay, you seeing now? Isn't that interesting? The stock market is lost another 900 points today, 900 yesterday, but the stocks markets is going down, but yet gold is going up, and that's the business we're in. What is this telling you? What is this telling you? I mean, I'm not a financial advisor, and I don't profess to be one. But as for me, I want to get out of cash as fast as I possibly can. I don't trust cash. I mean, cash is going down so much in value in a portion of gold. I want to be out of cash as fast as I can and get my assets like in the gold and the real estate and other income instruments, and that are gonna keep growing, especially with gold, because gold outpaces inflation. So gold is like wealth insurance, money insurance, if you want to think of it like that. And that's what we do at Carrot Bars.
Guys, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe as well. Once again, link is in the chat room. Click on the link, affiliate link. Sign up as an affiliate. Link is on the screen. Link is also will be in the description once you watch the replay. For sure, let's just go straight into Carrot Bars. I mean,
yeah. Well, one point I do want to make, and I was just thinking about it, and this could be sort of like a dialogue, because I actually even heard Mr. Genesis. He gets it. He gets the concept. I was listening to him. He was talking about you and I coming on the stream, but talking about Carrot Bar, just collecting gold and watching your wealth go up. That man gets it. Mm-hmm. Okay, and I'm a fan of his work. I really am, but I don't understand why there is not much. There is not like a such a more excitement or hunger to put something together like this.
Right.
Here it is. You got your own business that gives you the tax
franchise.
Exactly, your own franchise. You have ability to create residual income. You have a ability to leave your business and income to your future generations. You have the right to run a home-based business, okay, that literally goes in 146 countries around the world with a product that everyone knows is gold. And it's almost like sometimes I get the idea that maybe sometimes Dynas were trying to convince people to do what they ought to be doing in the first place. I'm sort of at a loss. I mean, I when I saw this, it took me just a few moments to make up my mind. Because I saw that I had to do something. B, I saw that my money kept eroding. I mean, it was taking much more money to purchase the same goods and service, and that was like 5 years ago. I mean, it's even more so now. So I just don't understand why would you not want to position your family to financially win?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it's not like you have to go with a McDonald's or a Chick-fil-A franchise and come up with eons of money. And it's not like you have to go open up a business and rent the building or buy the building or buy a whole bunch of product that you hope to sell. I mean, I'm just, Dinas, I just have to ask you. I mean, I'm sort of not getting it. I mean, you know,
I just, sometimes people, I mean, number one, they can just genuinely not be interested. And number two, I mean, I don't know for sure. Some people are content where they're at currently. I mean, now they sound on Facebook, oh, I ain't got no money, or oh, I can't do this or that, government. But, sometimes they're just projecting that on Facebook for attention, but behind the scenes, they're not doing anything to change it.
Well, you said content to where they're at. Are you telling me people are content with the financial situation they are currently? You telling me people are content?
I would say this: they're just probably not sold on Karatbars.
It's not a matter of being sold on Karatbars. See that maybe that's what the missing variable. How about sold on another stream of income? It's not Karatbars. I mean,
right.
What do you want to do? I mean, how about sold on tax benefits for having your own home-based business?
Right.
How about it's sold on residual income?
Let me stop you right there real quick. I have a ex coworker who he signed up for Karatbars just for the tax benefits.
Okay.
Just for the tax benefits alone. So you're correct. So guys, with that being said, so if you're in corporate America, all right, you are getting drilled on taxes. You could set up your own business, okay, incorporation LLC, and there's a lot of things you could write off, which will help you come tax season. So even you say, you know what, Donis, I'm not interested in, asking my friends and family to, invest in Karatbars. Okay, that's fine. Do it just for the tax benefits.
Mm-hmm. Or in a saving goal, which is growing your wealth.
Saving goal.
Donis, I just got back, man. We were supposed to be on earlier, and I'm just speaking to the audience, man. I went out there and I've been interviewing again, and and I'm looking at six-figure jobs. I mean, I ain't even interested in hardly dealing with you if I'm not pulling like that. And well, I know what I need to do. I know what I'm trying to do. So I was talking directly to the president of the company and his executive assistant. And so she brought up an interesting point to me. She said, Fitzgerald, oh, you could easily make six figures. As a matter of fact, the owner told me, hey, man, if you're looking to make $70,000 a year, I ain't even interested in dealing with you. That's what he told me.
Right.
So I said, well, that's not me. They want to do at least like 150,000 starting off. And just said it just as common as I'm talking to you guys right now. But the executive assistant told me, she said, Fitzgerald, we don't get paid regular W-2s here. What we do 1099s. And I said, oh, okay. She said, I run my 1099 through my own LLC. So I perked up because I have an LLC through Karatbars.
Right.
The Road to Wealth Global LLC. That's my Karatbars business account. And so that was no problem with me because I said, she said, we could just deposit right in your LLC and then you could take the tax benefits from that. Catch what I just said.
Right.
And
that's what I've been doing in corporate America with Cintas. When I was in Cintas, I had my own LLC and I would take the tax benefits from having my own business. So it would save me during tax season.
Absolutely, Dinas. You and I know, man. Tell me give the audience an idea of how high they tax commission checks.
When you 45%. 45%.
So running that through my business, I greatly cut that down. I greatly cut that down because I have them paid my business. And as a business, I can realize tax write-offs right away from that because you know what? for what everything I do with my vehicle, everything I do with uniforms, everything I do with stationery, cell phone bills. I can run that and get paid, and then I can have a deposit for the business, and I can draw a check as an employee. Check this out. I can draw a check as an employee of my business. Fitzgerald Stephens is the employee of the business, so I can write him a check however much I deem it necessary for that, and then I get taxed on the benefit amount that I paid myself first. I mean, it's a real sweet thing if you really understand. I mean, get an account to see to further see what your situation is. But that's another thing. The business laws in this tax laws in this country are for the benefit of the tax owners.
Right.
So so Carrot Bars alone is going to save you on your household taxes, and that's enough alone to join it. Okay, and you're acquiring gold, which is increasing your wealth. Another benefit, you don't have to build a global team like Dynas and I. If you just get out there and just buy yourself a couple of grams of gold every month and just stack that and hoard it, your wealth is automatically going up. If you just do it for the tax benefits, it's worth it just to go ahead and register on that free link there. If you want to build a global worldwide business like Dynas and I are doing, that's another income too. But it's much more benefits to be a part of Carrot Bars than it is not to be a part of Carrot Bars.
Because a question, somebody wants to know if they can join Carrot Bars and not have a credit card.
Yeah, well, we don't.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I guess experience the benefits of Carrot Bars without having a credit card.
Why would they need a credit card?
That's what you can do. You can do transfer, can't you?
No,
well,
I mean,
Carrot Bars buy gold and.
No, I mean, if you want to buy gold through your using your credit card or a bank draft, you can do that. But
okay,
yeah, you can do that. You don't necessarily have to have a credit card.
Okay,
I mean,
there you go.
You don't have to do that. I mean, all you got to do is be 18 or older. And in any of the 146 countries, just sign up for your free account. How we can work with you and show you different ways depending on your situation. On what you want to do. It's about positioning yourself to profit. That's what it is. And each people's situation is different. As you and I know that even between the two of us, our households are different. The way we're doing things and stuff like that. So it's different. People get in this thing for different situations. But the common denominator they do have, they're trying to increase their household wealth and trying to ensure a future for the generations after them. And minimize those tax costs, because taxes are so crazy. Let's just say if you make $100,000, it sounds like a lot of money. It really does, And I'm not minimizing it. It's a good salary, but you're a W-2 employee. Federal, and depending on what state tax you're going to be, I'm already going to rock you close to 42% just off the bat taxes.
Right. Okay,
$100,000, 40 minus 100, that's 60 minus 2. So you're down $58,000. Okay, that's what you actually have net. Still got your mortgage, you got your utilities, you got the car payment, you got the child care, you got a whole bunch of other things like that. And let's just say those things are somewhere, car insurance. Let's say those things somewhere costing you somewhere like 25,000. So I got 58. That's minus 25,000. I got 33,000 left. Okay, 33,000. Oh, I still got to account for all the hidden taxes, property taxes,
right,
taxes on food, gasoline taxes, all these other type things. So how much real purchasing power do I have? So that's been dwindled down. So based on those calculations, I'm probably somewhere along like $20,000 that you actually have that's free for you to take to invest in something to grow wealth. You see, this is why it's so vital to minimize those tax benefits. This is why it's so vital to create that other residual income. This is what we do with Carrot Bars. I think some people got to think they think we're just some little network marketing business and just going to sign other people up. No, we're a global money system. Right. Carrot Bars is a wealth system. You
Right.
know, it's not just some like little thing like that. This right here, that's money. That's gold. Gold is money. All you're doing is just paying yourself first in that, or to go back cryptocurrency, telling other people make a lot of money. But look at all the benefits you have for it. So if you see this like, I don't want to do that little thing because I don't want to talk to people. I'm not talking to people. I haven't said anything about, but showing you guys how to build a team yet. But what I did accentuate with the tax benefits. What I did accentuate, but the wealth component of just simply saving in gold, you're way ahead of, and gold back cryptocurrency way ahead. You don't have to do what Dynas and I do. I mean, we have an extraordinary team and business affiliates around the world. You don't have to do that if you
But
want.
why wouldn't you, Fitzgerald? That's my question.
Well, maybe that's maybe you're one of those fortunate few, like a gentleman I know, an affiliate of yours up in New Jersey, Brooklyn. I'm sorry, and I'm not going to call his name, but he said, Fitzgerald, I ain't interested in building a team. I just want to save the gold and get the gold back cryptocurrency, let it go up. But what he doesn't divulge much is that he already has a sweet retirement package. Okay. He don't have to get out there. So his money is already coming in. He has more than enough to meet his need to live the lifestyle he wants. But he thinks as an investor. Mm-hmm. So that's why he's doing it. Now, meanwhile, someone like me who didn't have the pensions and all those things, I had to create an income. When I got started in this, I was 49 years old. So I was forced to create something. In other words, because being impoverished and living off of Social Security just simply didn't appeal to me, trying to survive with $800 a month. That just didn't appeal to me. So I had to go out there and create a global team that was paying me a residual income. So that's why I do it. People do different things, people do it for different reasons. But nevertheless, it has to be your reason. Your reason is your reason, which is to have financial security for you and your house. So let's talk about how we do it. First of all, we register for free. That link with Dynas and Amir on there, it takes about 7 minutes. You fill that out, and then it's going to say you're successful registering Carrot Bars. You're going to get an email, and that email you want to verify that account, and instantly you're in a business. You're in your home-based business for free. And located in 146 countries, with all the tax benefits of a home-based business affords you. And then you start saving in gold. How much gold? However much you want. When do you get it? Whenever you want. Is there any cost for the website? No. Do you have to do anything? No, but you're going to want to. Now, if you want to supercharge your income, you do what Dynas and I do. We went out and got us a business packet, a VIP business packet. There are other ones. And then we start duplicating our efforts. Now, what do you mean duplicating our efforts? We tell other people. Well, why you want to tell other people? To give them the same opportunity they do as we have. They in turn decide to build their household wealth, not ours. So because they want the tax benefits for themselves, they maybe want to build a residual income for their family. And as they start doing that, this thing takes a life of its own. You start getting compensated based on how you're positioned and things like that. And then they're collecting their gold, and it keeps duplicating an income that you can will to your children, that you can pass on to your spouse, an income that pays you in euros every single week on a MasterCard that's accepted in somewhere in neighborhood of all over the world, wherever MasterCard's accepted, and you're paid in euros on this thing, depending on how you position yourself and depending on the production of your team, because you have to work. No, and so, but after a while, it just starts taking a life of all of its own. I called a couple of people, including Dynas, and I haven't even scratched the surface. But I got an organization approaching 11,000 affiliates right now. No, all over the world. Only 123 people said yes to me. So where all the rest of them come from? Duplication. Some of the people in there, they don't even know me. I'll see them like at Let's Go weekends, and make sure you're at that Dynas in April. Okay. The Let's Go weekend right in College Park. So affiliates all over the world, they're getting a big picture. They're building their business. They're swapping out. They're learning about the blockchain. They're learning about how gold works, how to make it work for them and their household. They're getting free from jobs. Some faster than others, but it's taking it and they're building something for them. So it's just a win-win to me. I mean, it really is, and it's been winning. I go out there and apply for the job, and and I sit there and talk, but I don't tell that guy like, man, dude, I got a organization right now approaching 11,000 affiliates, and I'm making money every week, and I don't tell him that. There ain't none of that. That's not the issue. That's not what we're talking about. But so I go up there and I take that income and I combine with this income. I already know what I'm going to do with that paycheck there. I'm going to buy more gold. I'm going to invest more in what I'm doing. I'm going to create other wealth instruments and things that are going to bring me more fortune. I kid you not, Dynas. That man told me to my face, and I met him at a job fair, and I'm interviewed one day. The owner of the company, he told me to my face. He said, "Listen, I don't want nobody here who want to make $70,000 a year." That's what he told me.
Well, I told you, Fitzgerald, that at Cintas, once you have tenure and you're a veteran, if you're making anything less than 70, you're on your way out.
Yeah, you told me that. You told me, Fitzgerald, you said something, man. If I'm making $80,000 a year, I'm fired. That's what you told me. You told me that.
I mean, they're looking at you like you're not selling.
Yeah. And you remember, Dynas, we thought we made $80,000, $70,000 a year. We thought, man, we was an NBA star, man. We thought we was up in big paper. But it's not a lot of money, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a lot of money. Once again, taxes is going to eat you up. As a W-2 employee, you pay the highest tax bracket. You are in the highest tax bracket. And as a business owner, catch what I'm saying, you're in the lowest tax bracket. So it behooves you to get your home-based business just for the tax benefits,
right?
Alone. So that's why we talk about. That's why we talk about carrot bars. And I'm glad I'm putting this to rest, because like a lot of you guys think, I don't want to do this. Pyramid and stuff. No. Your job's a pyramid, and they pyramiding you. But you keep on doing what you're doing. You got to have tax shelters. That's how the rich protect and keep their money. That's how they do it. Meanwhile, the poor is the poor and the middle class people. We're the one to pay for the military. We're the one to pay. We're the one that pays for the roads. We're the one that pays for the social programs. That comes out the poor and middle class, because the rich have a whole lot. The rich have so many shelters to protect their taxes: offshores account, shell corporation,
right.
F corps, trust funds, blind trust that actually protects their wealth and minimizes their taxes. That's why you look at a company like Amazon, about $33 billion in profit, zero taxes. And Microsoft or Berkshire Hathaway, all these huge conglomerates. That's why they're paying less taxes, because all these write-offs. To me, that's smart business on their behalf. And so what you want to do, you want to see, how can I take that in my household and do the exact same thing for me and my family? So what do you got to lose? You register for free. Okay. You have your own home-based business. You're not buying gold. You're simply exchanging a portion of your paper dollars into gold of your choice. You can get gold as little as $10 here in Carrot Bar, but get something that's going to build your wealth. Then you want to take the other component that I said is just going to be so vital: royalties, residuals, and dividend. Carrot Bars has a built-in residual component in it that you could get paid off the efforts of others, on a global scale. I personally like the fact that this is not tied to one geographic area. I mean, you're a Nigerian citizen, man. Do you know you can work your business over there just as strong in Nigeria, as you do right here in the Southeast? I can work my business as strong in Namibia as I do right here in Tampa, Florida.
Right.
Because I am my business. When I move, whatever continent I move on, my business is Fitzgerald Stephens, or the business name, The Road to Wealth Global LLC, and all these entities I put in through it. And so whenever I move, I don't have no employees. I've had two traditional businesses. They are a monster really to keep up with upkeep and payroll taxes and buying goods and services and to jettison. I don't have to do that. Your customer base is limited in that geographical area, and you can't go 10 miles out the way, or you're stepping on someone else's toes. Right. Dynas was in sales, and in sales, you have your own set territory. Even though there's some good plum over there, if you're set in that territory, you can't go get it. Even if the other guy or the gal is not picking it up. With this right here, everyone knows where gold is. Everyone, wants their own business. Everyone. I like to think everyone else. Everyone wants to, the save money by having their own business. We have a gentleman over in South Africa, and you guys, please look him up. His name is Isaac Matthias. He's a Carrot Bar affiliate who has become extraordinarily successful. He gets paid in euros through Carrot Bars, but South Africa's currency is the rand. Mm-hmm. Okay, now let me give you an idea of, and he's doing numbers like this, and but let me give you an idea. You take 5,000 rand, and you take 5,000 euros and convert it to rand. That's 309,000 rand. What do you think those affiliates over in Nigeria, Cameroon, Kenya, Tanzania, Ghana, what do you think they're doing with the conversion rate for getting paid with this in euros or taking cash out? What do you think? How do you think they're living? You don't realize most people leave Africa and they don't really want to leave home. They're just tired of the economic conditions over there, so they think they got something better in the United States or Canada or Europe. Right. The majority of it, if they can make money like we're talking about doing right now, they would stay right at home because they have much more quality of life. Okay, Africa's not your thing. Take this same thing and go down to the Dominican Republic or Panama. The currency exchange can make people a millionaire just alone. But can you do that with a traditional business? Can you do that? Can you just, for those of you guys who have businesses right now, and ladies and gentlemen, can you just go ahead and pull up and go to can you go across the state and still maintain your customer base? No. I'm sorry. Can you go across town and still maintain your customer base? I'll give you a town like Tampa. No. Can you go across the country and still maintain your customer base? No. Can you do it? Can you go to another continent and still maintain your customer base? And you can actually say your team is bigger and bigger when you left and make more money than when you than when not doing anything. I can, and Dynas can on all of those. Right the heck now. If I decide to move, well, I like warm weather, so I'm not moving north. Okay, I'm in Tampa. Let's just say I decide to move down to Miami because I'm going south. I like heat. Okay. My business doesn't get disrupted. The guy who I interviewed with today, I can't do that with him because I'm in assigned territory. So if I'm going to make my 6 figures there, I got to be in that territory, not with Carrot Bars. Let's just say if I want to go to Nambia, like I talk about, no big deal. As long as they have a cell phone over there and and a computer, I can still talk to people in Europe. I can still talk to people all over Africa. They decide they're going to come in and build their business like that, and I help them build their wealth. My wealth is getting built. I can still transfer my company, to my family. I can still get paid in euros and use the exchange rate over there to really increase my wealth. So it's just a win-win situation for me. That's why we talk about it. And I really, really want to clear this up. And that's why you ought to do it, because you got to switch your thinking off. See, you're thinking like, I don't want to have that little business and that's just a pyramid. No. You're being ignorant because you ain't seeing the tax benefits that I'm talking about. Right. You're not seeing the duplication and the residual effect that I'm talking about. You're not seeing the wealth component by simply going up in gold, simply acquiring gold. When I started in this thing, Dynas 5 years ago, gold was somewhere along the line, like a little bit, maybe like $1,200 an ounce. You guys seeing what the price of gold is? It's over $1,600 an ounce. So this that I acquired years ago, it's worth more than when I first bought it. Let that sink in. Now the cash, it's worth less now than it was 5 years ago. If you doubt it, go to your local grocery store. So this is what we're talking about. This is business. Take the emotion out of it. Like one of our reps says, and his name is Alan Austin. He's a top financial provider, and he's a Carrot Bar affiliate under my sponsor, Michael Delco. He said, "This is not emotion; it's just math. This is not emotion; it's just math." So as you register, you're going to get a call from Dynas Demir. Then Dynas is just going to tell you to call me, at my personal phone cell number 1-716-573-6296. I am going to train you to how to grow this business, and it is a multi-million-dollar business. It really is, or it could be a multi-zero business. All depends on you. And isn't that what you wanted? There's something that's dependent on you and not on politics and things like that. Depend on your effort. So I'm going to show you how to grow, and I'm going to show you how to position. Then I'm going to plug you into Wealth Builders. It's a training system created by Ty and Valerie Best, that teaches you exactly how to grow your wealth. Free training, free. Don't cost you a dime farthing than that. We have our trainings by way of the internet. We have this huge function up called Let's Go Weekend. It's going to be given by Michael and Melisha Delco. Michael Delco is my sponsor, my friend of 22 years. But his events down there in Atlanta in April. Whatever you need to do, get there, because now you're going to see affiliates from all over the world. And I say all over the world, I literally mean all over the world, because right now, sometimes a lot of you guys and a lot of you good people, should I say, you think it's just Dynas and Fitzgerald. There are close to 1 million Carrot Bar affiliates all around the world taking advantage of everything I'm sitting up here saying right now. This is bigger than us, way bigger than us. This is a multinational business. A corporation is based out of Stuttgart, Germany. It's the debt-free, started by Dr. Harold Constantine's site. A German gentleman, who put his own money up and built this thing, and it's flourishing quite good. For those of you the ownership, people, I've often heard someone say, Dynas, is this an African company? Does the African company?
No, don't worry about that. It's Popeye, the African company.
Well, I got one better for you.
My thing is, don't worry about it. But it's
exactly
Black franchise.
But I got one better for you than that. Excuse me for speaking over you. If you're African, it's an African company. If you're Caucasian, it's a Caucasian company. If you're Indian, it's an Indian company. It don't make a difference, because what I want you to understand, this is yours. You got to hear me. This is yours. The Road to Wealth Global belongs to Fitzgerald Stephens. Me. I can transfer that to who I want. I just happen to funnel a piece of my some components of my wealth by way of the Carrot Bar business. But the Road to Wealth is a wealth umbrella. So I use Carrot Bars to funnel in it. I still got my goal. This is mine. So this is what I'm trying to see, as far as and so I got a better thing than a job. I have my own business, my own profitable business. So therefore, when I sit down and I actually go talk to people about jobs, Dynas, I talk from a position of strength, because I know I got something else going on. I know I got equity being built. Now that cat's going to pay me $150,000 to $200,000 a year. What kind of money you think he's going to be making off of me?
Right.
Oh, and that's 10%. I can do numbers. He pays me 10%, and I can do numbers like that. What do you think he's making?
Millions.
And so you this is what we talk. I mean, and we're going to keep this thing a little shorter than I take action. Take action. This is all we're trying to talk about, to exactly give you another spin on what Carrot Bars is, because some of you people think you know it, but you don't. We ain't talking about a network marketing thing. We're talking about tax benefits. We're talking about building wealth by acquiring gold, and gold for yourself. We're talking about creating your descendants. This is what we're talking about. So if you get hung up on how the vehicle is, which is free, which deals with a product everyone knows, you're not ready for wealth. You're not ready. You know, you're not. It's going and going and going and going. Pretty soon, there are going to be people. There are going to be people who have something like affiliates, and that's going to be considered a small. You know, doesn't know about us much yet. But, you know, we just do everything by word of mouth. But what happens, you know, when people start like, oh, I could get some gold and I could get this, and why are they going to rush to a carrot bar system? I'll tell you why. Because people are losing faith in their currency. It keeps going down. It's just worthless paper. What are you have to have real tangible assets? You know, so that's why they want to get real estate, gold, and other things like that. Something that's hard. You know what's going to happen? You know, we look at the OPEC nation, one of the richest nations on the earth, but they're poor down there now. People don't have hardly goods and services and food, you know, and things like that. Because what they have access, that currency was devalued. It's worth hyperinflation is called. We saw the same thing happen to Greece. What in the world to make you think that your country is somehow exempt for this? The United States is $23 trillion in debt. Sustainable, so get you some gold. Don asks, I just wish Mr. Genesis was on here, man, because you know he gets it. I just wish he was. You know, I mean, he gets the idea of acquiring assets and stuff like that. And I watched him on the show and stuff like that. And you know what, Mr. Pierce, Fabian Pierce, he gets it.
Yeah,
there are people who get on things like that. And but you know, it's just so vital that you ensure your own household wealth. That's your responsibility, not your job, not the Republicans, not the Democrats, not any political job to make sure your household wealth is secured. Diane, I just rest my case on that. And do we have time to open up for a few questions from the audience? A few minutes for that.
Anybody wants to call in, or if you have any questions, place your question in the chat room. We'll answer it.
Yeah, don't let anyone call in because I don't want to get distracted from the subject right here. I'll just ask the question, you know, as they come in and taxes, because I'm, you know, using sometimes they call in with this thing, not unless we really have, you know, a platform. It kind of goes off track, you know. It kind of, you know, some case. Well, what do you think about the virus? I ain't talking about the virus. I'm talking about building your wealth. You know, what do you think? You know, how do you think about getting the thing in Africa and all that? Hey, that's fine if you want to do that. That's not what we're talking about. I need to stick to topic. You know, right. So that's what we want to get now. And the topic is.
Fitzgerald, you froze up.
You know, Warren Buffett has said that if you don't find a way to make money while you continue. Diane said we don't have any questions, man. I'll end it like this, but you know what? But you know, you got just as much experience as I do in this. I mean, you got a global team also. I'm not the only one. You're a huge part of my team.
Mm-hmm.
And no, man, you're just as skilled with this as me. You know, and the money that you have made, I have not cut you a check for it. I've helped you make it, but I didn't have to pay it.
Right. With that being said, guys, we'll go ahead and close out. Link is in the chat room. Click on the affiliate link. My affiliate link, sign up as an affiliate. Also, it's on the screen and will be in the description for people who are watching the playback. I will personally call you, get you in contact with Cheryl, and we're going to get you up and running. Everyone, thank you so much for joining. Until next time, like, share, and subscribe. Donnie Samir, search for Huru. Peace.